from the organizers of this event, the University of Tartu Computer Graphics and Virtual Reality Lab, Mr. Raimond Tunnel. Raimond, the floor is yours, and I do believe you're live streaming or sharing your screen as well.
Yes, so hello. Actually, I have a problem. So yeah, the video, guess the webcam sharing doesn't work. So that's a bit of a problem. I wanted to show you the lab, but anyway, like Jurmo said, my name is Raimond, and I'm the lead here in the University of Tartu Institute of Computer Science, Computer Graphics and Virtual Reality Lab. And first of all, I would like to say thank you for having participated in the UT Game Jam 2020. So it's a big deal. And I would like to talk to you a bit about the lab. And the goal here in the Institute of Computer Science is to promote game development and the growth of game development industry in Estonia. And we have been at it for some over 5 years. So it's still a work in progress. And our students here learn game development and how to make video games during their studies, and of course thesis works. And some of those are on the screen now if you are watching this stream. And yeah, I'm a bit sad that we couldn't do this jam in Delta. And I'm also a bit sad that I can't show you Delta right now from the webcam, but it is what it is, this pandemic and other situations. So hopefully when we're doing, I don't know, UT Game Jam 2021 next year, then hopefully we will see all the Delta building and have an option to use the hardware we have available here. But I talked to you about the studies here. So one moment, I need to. I lost my mouse. So okay, here it is. And I should, yes. So on the screen now, you should be able to see the courses map that we have organized for our students. And this has also been a work in progress and always developing. And lots of different tools that our students get experience with, and like Unity and Unreal Engine, Godot engine, and a little bit of Blender and 3D modeling as well. And of course, we cover both the practical side and the theoretical side of video game development. But looking at this map, there's always been this very important piece missing, and that very important piece is a game jam that covers both basics, advancement, and mastery categories. A place where students can put their skills to use in a very, let's say, intense and creative environment, and really get some practical, this high-paced practical experience. And when you think of a game jam, maybe I had a question, so why is it a jam? What makes it a jam? And if I Googled the word jam, I found many definitions, like a traffic jam. And I hope that this game jam hasn't been a traffic jam for you. But one of the definitions was from music. So an improvised performance by a group of musicians, especially in jazz or blues and so on. And I think really this catches the core of what a game jam also is. So sort of like an improvised performance, you have limited time, you need to improvise, you don't have time to plan weeks ahead. And the other part is important as well. So if you think about music, then in music we have different performers or different artists, like vocalists, guitarists, bass players, drummers, and it's also true for game jams that we have people, not only our own students from the Institute of Computer Science, who like to program and implement the game. But we also have students from other universities and vocational schools, artists, writers, sound people, project leads, different people. So this is, I think this kind of fits nicely, and I'm very happy that we have managed to get, or like in this jam, we are bringing together people from Pallas and Tartu Art School and observing ourselves what these 2 or 3 days of intense jamming, what wonderful things it can create. But even this picture here is a bit incomplete. So it's actually more like this. So from one end we have also high school students for whom the jam might be their first experience in game development, and they're kind of like tasting the waters to see what game development is like. Would that be something they would like to continue studying on, or following a professional career in? So that's also important. And maybe they make their first ever game in a game jam. So that's from one end, but from the other end, we also have professionals, industry professionals who already know a lot about game development. So they might not come to a jam to primarily learn some new things, but to rather advance their existing skills, like learning or prototyping new ideas, pushing themselves to a limit, seeing what they can make in these few days, or even finding new ideas they hadn't thought about before. So in the jam, like everyone will get to know each other. High school students meet the people who walk the different paths that the students themselves would perhaps like to walk in life. And people who are already on the path also discover new ideas and techniques from other jammers. So everyone advances on their chosen paths, or see if the path they want to choose is really is something they would like to continue on. So this leads us to these three groups, and I would like to address the high school students among you. So it's first of all, congratulations, you did it. Having made your very first working game is a big success. So don't really value this experience and the result you got. Even if the things did not work out the way you might have thought, the jam only lasted 2 days, or a little bit more than, but it was actually like 2 days right now. So it's only natural that during this time some of the things were kind of left unfinished, but you still achieved something really cool, and now you know what game development looks like. So if you like it, go for it. Pursue your dreams. So if this is your dream, you see it's good fun or good experience to get some results you have always been dreaming of, then pursue it. And of course, when you're following that road forward, make sure you have fun along the way as well. So I hope that the game jam wasn't like all too serious. I remember from the beginning speech that Christo gave you, he said that game jams are a bit different from hackathons because hackathons are more business oriented and serious. So I hope you had fun and will continue to have fun on your road forward. Now, university students, always improve yourself. So during the jam, you might have learned a lot about, well, yourself and what skills you have, what skills are you missing, and what can you improve. So use the courses I showed you before in our university to develop your skills further. And maybe after taking 1 or 2 of those courses and then going again to the Game Jam 2021, then you'll you'll find out some new things about yourself. So develop yourself further, and even when after you have graduated from the university, even then think about how to improve yourself, because learning never stops. But it's also important to specialize. So don't try to do everything. You just don't have enough time in life to learn and be a professional in everything. So pick something to specialize in, and use the courses and also your thesis project to help you in that specialization. Of course, because you took part of the game jam, my assumption is that you're specializing in game development. But even in game development, there could be specific areas. So maybe AI, maybe like systems. What sort of systems help people make better games, faster games, optimization, graphics? Computer graphics is also a big field to specialize in. So think about all these things, and maybe the game you made in this jam the prototype you made here is something you would like to continue as your thesis work, to show everyone that this is your chosen path and this is the result you want to make. And one more important thing for you, connections. Connections are very important. It's one of the most important things you get from the university. It's not the knowledge, it's not the skills, it's not maybe even the way you think after the university, but it's the connections to other people. And this is why game jams are important, so that you will get to know other programmers, 3D artists, 2D artists, narrative writers, sound engineers, composers, and many other different people who have the skills you don't or you are not interested in, but that you will need in the future. And you will likely need if you are following the path of game development. You create a new game later in your life, you need a 3D modeler. Maybe it will be the one you met on this jam today or yesterday. So keep the connections you made in the jam close after the jam as well. Right, and industry specialist. So first of all, you're breathtaking. So very nice. You have followed the path a long way now, and like we all know that every professional field can be quite competitive. And our hope here is that while participating in the jam, you got some sort of an edge in the field. So you learned some new tips or tricks from these other people in the jam, or discover it yourself. So when you go to work, well, tomorrow, then you have some new tools in your tool belt to work with. And maybe even like different experience, so leading a team of new people you did not know before. So these soft skills are also very, very important, we hope for you. And yes, you definitely did some advancement on scoping and rapid prototyping. So this augmentation, always improving yourself, finding these tricks that give you an edge in the field. Making the game that's better than the competitors, that's very important. And one last thing, the students you work with in this jam, they will graduate in a year or two, or maybe in 3 years, but most will graduate in a year or two. So it's likely that they become your future colleagues. So you now have gotten to know them. You know who has what skills your company needs. So hold on to these connections as well, because if you don't, these students you work with might become your competitors after they have graduated. There's one more group of people, and that's the viewer from home who just took a shower. So for you guys at home who are watching the stream, I would like to say very briefly, play the jam games. The site links should be available on the event page. The games are available. Go try them out. Maybe write to the authors about your feedback for the games. But also think like, would those games be something you would like to make? And I can tell you that these people who were in the jam this time, a lot of them didn't know what they're going to make, or even do they have the skills to make these games. So being brave can also lead to results, and we hope that that you'll join us next jam as well. So consider this, even some simple things like making these animations on the screen, or designing some narrative that the door needs a key to open. Even these things are important for games and for jamming. And that's all from my side. So Godspeed in the contest, win some awards, and see you again next jam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raimond, for inspiring us all to continue to make games.